Hi, welcome to Allergy Dragon. My name is Martha Morgan. I'm a specialty diet and allergy chef and mom to a child with 33 food allergies. So we're in my kitchen this time to kind of go over some organizational tips and tricks and to take a peek inside my pantry. Before we jump into the rest of this video, I'd like to take a moment to thank my friends at Allergy for collaborating with me on this 3-part video series to help pass on some organizational tips and tricks that will help your family make every moment count. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, that way you're alerted to when I post another video. Okay, here we go. Now we have got down at the bottom, I've got paper towels and I've got bulk rice. That's all we carry in huge amounts of bulk. It's 25-pound container for food safe rice. We go through a lot of rice. And then next shelf up, I've got my pre-made items here. So I have got like some soy sauce, because soy happens to be a non-allergen for us, some chips, some dehydrated potatoes, some cereal, some oatmeal, that kind of thing. We have so many allergies that there's not a whole lot that we buy pre-made. So the next shelf is my spices. As you can tell, I have quite a few. I keep it at this level for me because it's easier for me to find them. It is very close to my stove still, and there's so many spices we can't use that we're anaphylactic, or my youngest is anaphylactic to. That's why there's such a variety, and some of these I use daily and some of these I don't use as much. And so potency on spices is about 6 months, and by potency I don't mean bad, I mean that they will lose their flavor. So that's why you see a variety of really big ones and then some really small ones down here, and that's because I just don't use them that often. And so that's a tip about your spices. Next shelf is my baking. I've got sugar, 2 different types, but they're both vegan. And then I have got like my egg replacers. I do have some dried dairy up there, and then some protein. We're not allergic to dairy. We're lactose intolerant, but we're not allergic to dairy. And then I have some mixes for the kids, like if they decide to want to like make cupcakes or that kind of thing. And then I have a bunch of different flours here because we're gluten-free, and so you have to use a blend. And then I have like some stuff for cupcakes and that kind of thing, and like, you know, morsels and things. You're gonna see no chocolate there because we're allergic to chocolate. So those are white chocolate chips. And then up top we have got my paper goods like parchment and cling wrap and things like that. And that's just because if they fall on my head, it's gonna do a lot less damage because they're light. So that is the reasoning for that. Well, that was a short and sweet tour of the pantry, and now we're going to go into the logistics on why I do some of the weird things I do in my pantry that really do make sense, I promise. Okay, so first off, color coding I think is a great way to, you know, really empower your child and also make life easier for you and babysitters or any of the family members that are coming by to help the kids out and they don't really feel comfortable with the food allergies, because you can color code what is safe for your child. In our case, it's blue. And the blue symbolizes that the youngest can have it, but obviously everybody can have it, but it's definitely safe for the youngest to consume. So I'm gonna show you the blue basket real quick. You can just grab the basket, take the basket with you to the living room, and they can all get a snack, or you can just send the kids in to go grab a snack out the pantry. Easy peasy. Okay, so keeping with the blue theme, I have got a container of cereal in here that I'm gonna grab. And obviously that means it is actually safe for my youngest to eat. I'm not going to say the brand of it, but it's a safe cereal for them to eat. One of the things we run into when we use a bunch of these containers, or any of these containers for that matter, is we lose production information from the item we're using. So like for instance, this cereal, I want to make sure that I have the, you know, production date, the lot number, nutrition information, and the use by date. So one way to take care of that is you can remove that information, just cut that information off and put it in a drawer in your, you know, kitchen, or you could actually put it inside your container or adhere it to the container or the lid, and that way you have it. So that way if there's a recall, you can find out if you were affected, or if there was a problem with an item, you can actually report that to the FDA. So like many people out there, I happen to live in an apartment, and so with that, I'm not sure what the microphone is picking up with my neighbors being loud right now. But anyway, going on with that, we happen to have limited counter space, just like most people do. We do happen to have the pantry, luckily. Now, anything that you saw in the pantry, you can obviously do in your cabinets. So heavy things, big cabinets at the bottom. This cabinet would be great for spices, that type of thing, because it's close to your oven and that kind of thing. So you'll be using them. Now for us, we happen to have one person in the family that doesn't have food allergies, and he's 6'4", He's my husband, and he happens to be lactose intolerant. So we allow him to have a little space, and his space is up here at the top, okay? And that's because, like I said, he's tall. I'm not. And that way it also avoided any problems we had when Vesper was much younger and could possibly grab something. And that way if he gets something out of here, it falls down here because he's going to be cooking it here, and he has to clean up the space. So that's why we picked that cabinet. It works for us. But if you happen to have people in your family that don't have food allergies and they want to have things that you can't have, you have to have your non-negotiables, the things that you just will not allow to come into your house. And we do have those, nuts being one of them. So my next thing we're going to talk about real quick is a cart, and how a cart can be utilized in 3 different ways in your kitchen to help save you some sanity and some space. So I have a cart here, and you can utilize this cart 3 different ways. For me, I have some snacks on here that are not safe for Vesper to go into the cabinets. So you could utilize this whole entire cart as a non-safe cart. If you wanted to utilize this as an OIT cart, you definitely could. You could maintain the whole thing with the item that you want to use, whether you're doing, like, let's say peanut OIT. And then you have your dispenser baggies, your scale, and then you can actually label it for your dosings. However you're going to be doing that. You can get a container that has for 7 days, or if you just want to do a few days at a time. So another way to use this cart is you can use it as a safe cart. So you can put all your safe foods on here, especially if you have limited storage and you want to make sure that it's out in the open and the babysitter knows exactly that anything on this cart is okay. So it can come in handy. So that's how you can utilize a cart 3 different ways. So another quick shout out to my friends at Allergy. Thanks for collaborating with me in this series of videos. Go ahead and check them out in the link in the description down below, and check out their Facebook group, Allergy True Grit. Comment below if you have any questions for me, or feel free to message me on any of my social. Links will be down in the description as well. Thank you for stopping by my kitchen and watching this video. You've got this, and together we can help tame your allergy dragon. I'll see you next time.